Today we're going to drive this 1968 Ford Mustang Coupe. This car was restored in kind of a burnt orange metallic with black Shelby stripes. Just a fantastic looking driver condition car. Not a show condition, it does have some paint chips. Also, if the car was blocked out just a little bit better before it was painted, you can see if you look up and down the sides, they just missed a few dings and stuff in it when they painted it. So it's just a driver condition car, but it's priced accordingly. As we look at the front valance here while we wait for Dalton to open up the hood, they did a great job on the front valance. They continued those Shelby stripes all the way down to the front valance. It's got the horse and corral, and that's new. New fog lights. The bumper's new. As we, the chrome and stuff like that around the grill and stuff is new also, but just over time being driven, it's got a ding on the chrome. They did a really nice job on the engine bay and also in the trunk area. So if you go to our website, coyoteclassics.com, you're going to see the trunk pictures, and inside the trunk is all painted the body color, that kind of a burnt orange metallic. So is the engine bay. They did a nice job on the bottom of the hood. Firewall, inner fenders, radiator support, everything's been jammed and painted properly. It's got a really great running 289 302 engine. I haven't run the numbers yet. A small block Ford that really runs hard. It's got a nice set of headers with dual exhaust. It's got the deluxe hood with the hood turn signals in, and they work. As we look at the inner fender aprons, the inner fender apron is really solid. It's got a brand new Napa Legend battery with the correct hold down. As we look at the top of the frame rails and top of the inner fenders, this thing's super solid. As well, go to our website. Go ahead and shut the hood, Dalton. As well, go to our website, coyoteclassics.com. Man, you're going to see how solid this thing is. Now, the floors, frame rails, and trunk are awesome on this car. So once you see the undercarriage of this car, it's one a guy can buy and definitely put a little money into later to make it perfect if you want. As we look at the hood gap over on the passenger side, that all looks nice. We got a little bit of buffing compound here. That's all that is on the very corner. It's got a little buffing compound yet in a few places. Again, the black hood stripe looks good, continues on down there. We have some paint chipping right here along the front edge of the hood. It's got a few chips right here along the edge of the hood and edge of the fender. Gap fits good. As we look out across the hood, like I said, the whole car just has just a little bit choppiness to it here and there. Just a few little dings here and there all over on it that have not, that just wasn't 100% properly blocked before it was painted. Otherwise, this car would be gorgeous. "17-inch rims, nice looking Mustang rims, disc brakes on the front. We do have some rock chips right down here at the very bottom base of the fender. There's about 6-7 little rock chips. No bubbles or blisters. No bubbles or blisters on the rocker panel that I can see. All looks super solid. I'm going to try to get underneath this car because I'll tell you what, this car is super solid underneath. Really nice exhaust. The floors and frame rails are just awesome. I mean, to me, that's the most important part of these cars is the undercarriage. We got a nice door gap, nice and wide door gap from top to bottom. No bubbles or blisters on that bottom of that door. As we come to the back of the door, no bubbles or blisters, but it's just got just a little ding there you can feel. Same thing in the rocker. Might be just a little, yeah, I'm guessing it's just a little paint run here, guys. Right here along the rocker, and just a little bit there. Kind of feels like a ding, but it's just a little paint run. I don't know if this thing's ever been wet sanded and buffed, and you know what, a good wet sand and buff would probably help it immensely. Behind the rocker panel and lower quarter is excellent, no bubbles or blisters. Over the wheel well looks really nice. We got just a little paint chip that's been touched up right here, right by my thumb. Over the wheel well behind the wheel is just excellent. Lower quarter's perfect. The back bumper's brand new. The chrome around the tail lights are new. The tail lights look excellent. Mustang emblems and the chrome around the trunk lid is fantastic as well. So the back of this car looks great. Got nice dual exhaust on it. Gas tank looks good. As we look up and down the sides, like I said, for the most part, the body's really straight. It's just the paint's just a little choppy. So I think a wet sand and buff would really, like I said, really straighten it out. As we go in the back here, it's got a really nice back shelf, 4-way speakers, nice 6x9s there. As we go in here to the lower door, bottom corner of the door is excellent. Door panel is really nice, armrest is nice, handles are brand new, window crank and door handle are all new, the chrome's excellent on them. The restorer did a great job painting on the inside of the doors. Same thing, door jambs, inside the trunk, inside the engine bay, everything's nice on the door jambs. Did new scuff plates in it. Look at the paint quality here on the pillar. As we go into the corner of the door is all good, backside of the fender's good. Dash pad is new. He went ahead and put, it looks like new bezels across here. The dash bezel itself is really good. I'd say that's probably not new anytime soon. I mean, it shows a little age, but really in good shape. It's got a Mustang steering wheel in it. It's got the aftermarket white gauges, and the speedometer and the gas gauge work, but the temp gauge, oil pressure, and alternator gauge are not working up here, so he put brand new ones in down here. So they're all the gauges are working, but they're just not working on the dash. I'm guessing it's probably a resistor. A lot of times the resistors go, and that usually takes out those gauges right there. Other than that, the paint on the dash is nice. It's got some pile speakers up front. When Dalton gets back in here, we'll go through the radio and stuff like that. All new rubbers, roof rail rubbers, all brand new. Seals, everything's new as far as the rubbers go. The seat covers are new and they're in good shape. The front one probably could have used a little more padding in it. It's just a little wrinkly in the front bottom. Headliner's nice, no rips or tears. Visors are nice. Back door panels are all painted. Same thing with the inside door panels, back door panels, all painted body color. Carpet's really nice, guys. So it's got really nice carpet on it. It's like double carpet. And then if you look at there, it's this real high dollar carpet in there. Also, it's got seat belts in the front, seat belts in the rear. The window crank back here needs to put back on. This is another thing that's nice and custom right here. They put the Mustang horse, I think that's all painted on, guys. Yeah, it all feels like it's under the clear coat even. I can't even hardly feel it. So pretty sure that's all painted on. You got a new gas cap. So basically everything on the back end of this car looks absolutely fantastic. As far as our fit and finish, it's not terrible, but it's not the best either. Right here in this bottom corner, that trunk lid needs to come down a little bit more. That would definitely help that out. It's just sticking up here a little bit on the back side. And it's like that on both sides, so I'm guessing the latch will bring that down in there. As we go here to the lower rear quarter, again, no rust, no bubbles, no issues. Does have a paint scratch right here, down low, and some little rock chips. Over the wheel well, looks fantastic. No bubbles and blisters. Has a little tiny little paint chip right here in the bottom corner of the door. Other than that, no bubbles, looks great. Little ding and a couple little dings, door dings in the door, very, very small. Our gap in the door is good. Door handles look good. They put new rubbers around the door handles when they painted it. It does have a remote mirror, and the remote mirror is nice and tight, but it's showing some oxidation there as well. Got a nice gap on the front end of the fender. No bubbles or blisters there. We do have a few rock chips, probably like 6 or 7 of them on that rocker panel, very small. But the main thing, guys, rock-free, rust-free floors. Frame rails are super solid. One other thing, guys, that needs to be done is this needs to be crimped here, and you do have a paint chip right here. And the tire has come, these 17-inch tires had come into contact a little bit here. So this needs to be, wheel needs to be taken off, that needs to be fixed, and that paint needs to be touched up. Corner of the door is nice. Door panels all new, window cranks, door handle, that all looks good. Seat looks good. Jam paint's nice. Seats move forward and back. We'll let Dalton tape now and I'll see if I can drive this bad boy with one arm. This is what I like about it, guys. I mean, it's a good looking car, but listen to this thing. It's not your sound of your typical Mustang. Wipers are working and they park correctly. Heater fan works, guys. All 3 speeds. You see that? Our gas gauge works, speedometer works, oil pressure, alternator, and temperature. Like I said, if we look down here, they're all down here and everything's working. At an idle after it's all warmed up, kind of a lower idle, guys. We're at 40 pounds of pressure still. Temp gauge is running about 150. Horn does not work. It has an electric fan here. We can shut that off kind of for parades or whatever. It doesn't need it because it's got a regular fan, but we'll go ahead and leave it go. It's got a Sun Pro tack here. It's not working. I don't know if it's just not hooked up or what. Carpet's nice. It's got seat belts in the front. Radio. Let's see if we get that thing working. There we go. So radio works good. I want to hear the sound of the motor. When we bottomed out right there, guys, where we bottomed out is just that 17-inch rim with that fender that's bent out a little bit there. We've got to get that fixed when we get back, so that just needs to be bent back. Now the steering, the steering on this thing is super tight. So you're going down the road, I mean, the steering wheel doesn't move an inch. Transmission is awesome. The car's got tons of power. I mean, it's not your typical Mustang coupe. Somebody spent a lot of money on the drivetrain on this thing. Sounds great, but it also has a nice idling sound too. It really does. Another thing, guys, just check that the dome light works. Kickdown on the tranny works. To a stop sign, it idles nice. Goes down the road really nice. I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic driving 1968 Ford Mustang.